Up to the side now.
Mom, I want to wrestle this year. And she's like, I really don't want you to go into wrestling. She's like, you got to understand, like, this is a male sport. Like, no guy is going to be nice to you. I decided that I was going to go walk up to Dan Morris, the head coach, and I was like, hey, I want to wrestle this year. What do I need to do? And you have to like sign a paper, and it's in front of everyone saying that you want to wrestle. Everyone's looking at me, and everyone's like, this is for wrestling. Swimming is next week. That's when it hit me that like it was going to be a hard sport and that I was going to have to like fight my way in.
I have 3 older brothers. They all wrestled. My stepdad's really into wrestling. He's a ref. It kind of just was in my family for a really long time. I was like, hey, can I like be a manager? Like, I love wrestling. Like, I want to be a part of it. He was like, well, we don't use managers here. So he was like, but you can wrestle.
We always thought that girls wrestling in high school and junior high was going to get sanctioned. I did not ever think it was going to happen when I was in high school.
You know, wrestling guys it's just not fair. Like, weight-wise, girls are just built a lot differently.
But girls are also a lot more flexible. Our styles are a lot different.
Girls are a lot heavier on the hips, so it's a little harder to take them down sometimes, so they can sprawl easier.
It's just 2 different sports. My mom ended up showing me a post, and I was just like, I don't know, like I felt like I like could run everywhere, and I ended up doing it. Like I ran in circles, like I was going crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, like I cannot believe it. Like I get to have a state, I get to have tournaments, like girls tournaments with only girl brackets. Like I get a chance to compete with my people. And I started going crazy about recruiting. I went and I texted all my friends. So I was like, girls wrestling, it's happening, it's here, it's here, it's here now.
I went to Central's open mat. I was like, okay, this is scary. Like I'm kind of nervous, but I know that there's gonna be girls there so I can wrestle them. And it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
My biggest thing is to make sure that the girls feel like the wrestling room is their room. They deserve to be there just as much, and like they don't deserve to be treated differently. Honestly, there's so much backlash. The sport is already super hard. Sometimes it's the coaches. Sometimes when you go to shake their hand, they'll say stuff. The people you're wrestling, when I won against guys, and then even parents. It's stuff that like they aren't even there for. They don't know what I'm going through.
In school, I've definitely gotten judgment from some of the girls just because some girls don't really understand wrestling. They think it's this really like weird sport where you just like touch other people, and it's not that at all.
Going into wrestling, it's not a feminine sport. It's not very attractive. In wrestling, a lot of the culture and diet culture is just around weight, which can get really tricky, especially for girls. You know, diet culture is already like a huge thing right now, you know, trying to get skinnier, trying to lose weight all the time.
Body positivity is like a super big thing in high school, obviously. Every girl's going through it. Wrestling, and this sounds so weird, but I think wrestling helped me, actually. Instead of trying to say, I need a slimmer waist, it's more of a, I need to grow muscle here. I switched from trying to change my body in a negative way and instead like adding to myself.
Everyone's built differently, so like the body positivity right now, I really like it.
Wrestling, you can't really be awkward because you just go right at it. It was really nice coming to a group of girls who support you no matter what. The girls on the team are so uplifting and so just friendly.
Can't talk too much, but they are hilarious. Having the girls, it feels like it's like a team of our own. Like your biggest victories, like they're in the corner and they're screaming.
Just the girls that you meet are lifelong friends for sure.
It's more than a sport at this point, you know. It's a part of who I am. It's made me stronger. It's given me my willpower. It's given me my endurance.
You have to like fight for yourself so much in like wrestling that when it comes to like everyday to day things, like it's not as scary to state your opinion or even just like stand up for someone.
I think I've learned so much about myself. The mental toughness that wrestling builds can help me through everything in life.
Whenever a little girl walks up to me and asks if she should wrestle, or she's like, my friend's thinking about wrestling, but you know it's her asking, I just say wrestling is the best thing you can do. You'll make so many friends. It makes you so much more confident. You get a lot of opportunities from it.
Girls should definitely try wrestling, even if you don't think you're tough enough like I did. It feels really empowering.
It really just like brings out the best in you, I think. Yeah, I would just say go for it.
In the girls, 145-pound
All I've ever heard since I started wrestling is that you're in a male sport. You're in a masculine sport. Wrestling is not a guy's sport anymore. It's a sport for anyone who wants to fight for it.